everyone, Lisa here. Today is Sunday, and I know you guys are used to seeing an SNL challenge. Well, you are, but this is a different challenge. So Sandra and I decided for this week's challenge, we were going to do a scrapbook room tour because she was busy redoing her room this last week, and then she made the suggestion, so I redid my scrapbooking room. Not remodeled it, like she did a whole remodel and everything like that. I just moved stuff around and purged a lot of stuff. So we're gonna walk into the room and I'll give you the 360-degree view. And it's been a long time since I did a scrapbook update or room update. I think it's been probably 4 or 5 years. I'd have to go back and look at my video, but I'll give you the 360-degree view, and then we will get into the actual what's in each cabinet kind of thing. So I think this video will probably be about maybe 2 or 3 videos if you want to see the whole thing. If not, this is just kind of the overview of it. So you can see there's lots of counter space. Okay, so sorry for getting you guys dizzy. Okay, so here's the door where you walk in, and I have all of these plastic containers here, and as I buy the recollections cubes, I'll be replacing these out. So but for right now it works and I'm happy with it. So we're gonna start in this corner over here. So in this, I'm just going to sit, just pardon me for 1 second. I'm going to sit in this chair so that way I can roll a little bit easier and I'm not so jumbled with the camera. So in this container here, I have letter stickers, and these are like anything that's roughly about 6 by 12. So, you know, you've got some close to my heart ones that are really old. Border stickers, and then you'll see like there's October afternoon labels, and I don't have them organized yet, but I will be organizing these, but this is how I want them to be. And then I have like these sticker packs, so I've got like Amy Tan, Dear Lizzie, Mr. Tim Holtz, and a whole bunch of others in there. So those are those. And in here is where I have like my smaller stickers. In the back, I just have some of these Cavallini and Company. These are like vintage stickers, which I don't use very often. But I just have them in the back to kind of prop everything up. And then like I have the Oh Snap stickers. I just kind of put by size. Like these are Jenny Bolin and My Mind's Eye, Studio Calico, and then I can just flip through and just, you know, pull them out. This little glassine bag has, if I ripped off any that won't go back into, like here's some rub-ons as well, that don't go back into the pad, so that way they're not loose all over the place. Like you can see, I cut this label in half, so I could just stick it back in there. And then if I'm looking for or working on my project life or something and I need a small sticker, I can just look in here first. And then down in this one, I have some wax paper, which that's what I use to work on my titles, some frosted film, and then some Tim Holtz tissue paper. So definitely room to grow in that one. I still have my work boots on. Sorry guys, I came home and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do this real quick. And I labeled some of these containers, so you can see here I have where it says O-rings, and my camera doesn't focus very well, so I apologize in advance, but I won't be able to show you close-ups, but you'll be able to see what I have in here anyway. In here I have all my binding rings for my Bind It All, so those are all of them. And in here is kind of a mishmash of mixed media, so I have everything from, you know, craft adhesive that, you know, is a little big. I'll show you that drawer in a minute. Here's some crackle medium, some paints, like bigger paints, gesso. I have like stamp cleaner for the stays on, and then alcohol blending solution. So that's all in that drawer. And then this one here is marked adhesive. And I know that spray adhesive is in the other one, but this, it wouldn't fit in here. I'm sure I could make it fit, but I have everything like Mod Podge. I have this spray adhesive as well. I've got dots. I've got, you know, the red line tape, the Score Pal tape, you know, more Mod Podge. I have, you know, these in here. That's what I've been using more so lately. My Glue Glider Pro, and then my ATG rolls. So that's what I have in there. And then I'm sure you can tell what's in these two. So in these two, I have all my alphas. And I have it sorted by color. So in this one, it's, you know, I've got pinks and reds. Well, I think it goes reds, then pinks. So pinks. Then we go to like aqua, teals, and then into darker blues. And then when we get, oh, there's like a couple purple. I don't have very much purple. And then at the end is kind of the multicolored packs. So like if I have stickers that have multiple colors on it, they don't really fit in anywhere, but I'll still kind of put them towards the end here, and then that way I can just pull them out and, you know, work on them. So that's those. And then up here I have the other stickers. So on this side, of course, we start with the blacks. And then we go to like silver and grays. Raw chipboard, which I consider a gray or a neutral. So that's like the browns. Then we have whites. I have lots of white, and then we get into gold and orange and yellow. I don't have very much orange, so it's all kind of in there. Green. Oh, and here's yellow here. So I have it all organized by that. And then I have an empty drawer here, and then up here, these are some albums that are really, really old. This top one is my mom's, not really baby album, but it's some pictures of her when she's younger. So whenever I go in and get my pictures taken, developed, I'll take one of these books in, and then I'll go take a couple scans of them, because I don't want to take the pictures out of here because they are really quite old. Like you could see, they're all black and whites, and I don't want to take them out of there because it's that sticky back album. So I would just lay the whole thing on the thing and print them all out. And then we have this cabinet here. Containers. So I have my scrap bin here, and I usually go to this first when I'm making layouts, or if I'm working on my project life, I'll try and pull some stuff out of here. And then when it gets a little full, then I'll just go through it and purge and get rid of some. And then here I have some albums that are some layouts that I need to put away, but I'm working on my early years album, and I know they're going to go in there in some sort of a sequence, so I'm kind of leaving them there, and this one's empty. And then in here I have my washi tape. So I have it divided up again by color. These ones are reds that kind of fell all over the place. I have lots of room to grow, so that's what I'm really happy with. So I've got browns, reds, pinks, and then these are the multicolor ones. So you can see they have like a multiple color on them, so I consider them a multicolor. And if I'm looking for something with a lot of different look to it, then I'll go to here. And these are Keurig cup holders, and I saw this, this is not my idea, I saw this from somebody else off of YouTube, and I really liked it, so I'm using it. And then here I have my whites and kind of my neutrals, I guess. I have my grays up here, then I have my blacks, and then I have purples, which I don't have very many. And then this is like blues and teals, and then these are greens, and then yellows and oranges, and I don't have very many oranges. But lots of room to grow in there. And then you can see on these ones here, I have most of them labeled. I have all these kind of top ones labeled, and then the ones towards the bottom aren't labeled, but I'll show you why in a minute. So this top one says wood elements, and here is anything wood related. So wood veneers, I have them divided in containers. And these are just like cheap little containers. I think it was like 6 for $4 or something like that. They were really cheap. And I think I just got them from Walmart. And then I put some wood veneers into this. This is a configurations tray from Tim Holtz, and I don't like them in there, so I'll be converting them back over. Just have to get some more containers. So, like I said, this is anything wood veneer. Like, I even have some Amy Tan of those wood tags or whatever they call them. Some labels, some Scrabble letters. You know, just anything wood veneer related. So those are all in here. This one is called die cuts and paper pieces, and anything that is like paper related. So we have like these rosettes. These are the Delights, I think, from from American Crafts. These are not a paper, but I didn't really have anything else anywhere else to put them. But I know I would look for them in here, so I'm okay with that. I have some Tim Holtz tags back in here. I have a whole bunch of these file things that Sandra sent me. Some homemade Delights that I made. Some Webster's Pages journaling tags. This is a container that's got, this is the Woodland Park by Studio Calico. There's a whole bunch of, you know, paper die cut pieces in there. So I'll pull that out if I'm working on a Project Life that, on my early years album, that's got Christmas stuff in it. And then I've got full packs of the Pier, and then some die cut pieces from Dear Lizzie and Fifth and Frolic, and then some Polaroid frames. You know, anything that is paper related. Like I even have some chic tags down there. This one's tags, bags, and transparencies. So I have glassine bags. I have tags. You know, these are library pockets, which I would look for those in here because a tag would go in there. Some Dear Lizzie tags. And then, of course, some transparencies. And these are the DIY shop ones. So I've got those in here. I've got other transparencies in here, too. Those are just the ones on the top. I have some Paris tags, and then see here I've got some other transparent elements. So that's where I would look for them, and I kind of go transparencies, tags, and bags kind of towards the middle. So not that it'll stay like that, but it's in here nonetheless. Then in this one we have Brad's Flair and paper clips. So you can see I have, again, these paper clips. These are those 2Ps exclusive arrows, and I bought a lot. But I have them into little plastic containers, and then I have some Flair back here in a plastic container. And then I have all my Brads kind of over onto this side because I know that's where they are. And then I've got some paper clips up in the front. So just a whole bunch of different kinds of paper clips that either I've been given or, you know, bought. So, and then a whole bunch of Flair up here. So that's that drawer. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. And then this bottom one here is called chipboard elements. So it's anything that is chipboard related or is dimensional like chipboard. Because I even have some of these corrugated shapes that are from close to my heart. And I consider them close to chipboard. So those are in here. I've got this laser cut butterfly that's not really wood veneer. It's like a really thick chipboard, so that's why it's in here. Some Dear Lizzie. I have like my Mistable pieces in here. And then even some of those, you know, Darling Dear ones that I just purchased a little while ago. Those are all in here. And then the Pure frames, and then some Graphic 45 chipboard pieces that I have as well. So those are all in here. And then this one is sewing and sequins. So I don't have very many sequins and I don't have very much sewing stuff, so I felt it was a good mix. So I consider needles like, pins, sewing stuff. So I've got my little handmade pin cushion here. I mean, it's an awful job, but it holds the pins, so I'm good with that. And then I have sorry, the phone's ringing. I'm just gonna let it ring. Sorry. Okay, it's over. So this is some sewing stuff. I don't have very much thread and bobbins, so the thread is in just these, and this is that stuff that I showed in a haul a little while ago. And then I have some just plain bobbins here. And then I have some sequins that are just in this little tray, and then these are those Christmas sequins that we just got from Studio Calico in the July kit. There was that boo-boo, so I just separated it, so now I have some Christmas sequins, so I'm good with that. And then here's some other sequins, and then these are some Christmas type sequins that are just kind of a mix. And then these are not really sequins, but they're tiny, tiny, tiny little hearts that I punched out. But I would consider them like sequins because I would use them like that, so I've got them in here. And then the next few drawers, this one is a drawer for rack stuff. So if I have a little giveaway that I want to do, or if I want to send somebody something special, then I will pull out of here. And then in this one, I have 8.5 by 11. There's paper. This is vellum, and then some colored stuff. This is not the best setup for my 8.5 by 11, but it works for now. Some more 8.5 by 11 clips masking paper, and some more 8.5 by 11, and then I have some of my packages of 12 by 12 paper, and then some more 12 by 12 paper. And then in this one here, it's my paper rack of a whole bunch of cardstock, and that's pretty much where I will look first for cardstock. So there's a lot on here that's really old that I probably haven't used or won't use, but I just can't part with it. Cardstock is expensive. So up here in this very, very little lip here, I have some cutting mats just to kind of keep them flat and off of the floor or getting bent. So I just thought there was this nice little gap up in here, so I have them in here. Here's a whole bunch of Tim Holtz paper and graphic 45 paper that I don't use very often, but I just can't part with. I should show you this thing first. So this is like this whole little setup underneath this desk. In this one here, it's My Mind's Eye, and I just have it in this Becky Higgins page protector tray. So that's that. This is all My Mind's Eye, and then this is all crepe paper. So it's anything crepe paper related goes in this little spot here. And then this is American Crafts and Pebbles. So anything American Crafts and Pebbles is in this little spot here. And these are just my favorite collections. These are the ones that I go to all the time. So I'll show you these paper trays first before we move into the drawers. So this one here is Studio Calico. This one is Amy Tangerine. This one is Dear Lizzie. And this one is Maggie Holmes. So again, it's anything related to those guys I'll put in there. And then these drawers here, I have Tim Holtz stuff in because I was an avid Tim Holtz collector, not a user. And so they are full of Tim Holtz products. This little bag is a whole bunch of metal embellishments that I have. It just felt like they went in there. And this drawer is a mess, but this is some baker's twine and some ribbon and stuff like that in here that, you know, it's just kind of my go-to stuff. I'll go here first. So that's that. And then this little cubby hole, I have all my pictures, and look at my nephew sticking his tongue out at you. Haha. So these are the pictures I usually go to in Scrapbook. So they're nice and easily accessible underneath my countertop. And in this one here, I have all my mist, and I have it mostly divided up by color, like, you know, gold and yellows. Here's some more yellows, some blues, or sorry, those are teals and blues. You know, it's all divided up by color, except for this one. This one is whites and neons, just because they didn't really have a spot. So, and that's those. And then I will try and finish this one, and then we will move on to the other ones. So this one here is pretty self-explanatory. I have a rag up here, and I have masks because they kind of go hand in hand together. some baby wipes, and my ATG gun. And in this one, I have my Tim Holtz Distress Stains. These ones I'm probably going to get rid of eventually, but these are the Jenny Bolin inks. And then Stays On, VersaFine, Memento, and Versamark, VersaFine. Oh, this one doesn't go in there. So yeah, that's all those other ones. This is where this one goes. So this is my Hero Arts drawer. I have some chalk ink, and then I have my Close to My Heart inks up in here. I have them pushed to the back because this drawer does not pull out all the way, but I can at least see the colors when they are behind here like that. And then once I get to the point where I have quite a few of these, I'll look through here and see if there's any that kind of match, and then I'll just start purging them because I like these inks so much better. So there's those. And then here is my tool drawer. I have two tool drawers. This one here is for inks, and then these are like just other tools that I use quite a bit, like my Stamp-A-Majig stamp blocks, but it's pretty much anything stamping related. And I have my Kevlar gloves. These are actually Dyneema gloves, but I cut my finger really bad, so I have those in here. Every time I use my X-Acto knife, I pull it out. And just some other things, like I have a dice for, you know, a scrapbooking challenge for yourself. It's a scrapbooking game. I don't even remember how to play it, but I had dice in here for that. And then in here is again another tool drawer. So I've got like some felt ink pads, some ink blending pieces. These are some blending pieces, you know, just different things that, you know, I use all the time, but I just need a drawer for. Like these are extra little toppers for your misters. And then in this bottom one, it's punches. So these are, I went through a lot of my punches that I felt I wasn't using anymore, and I got rid of a lot because I have my silhouette. So I figured if they weren't in here, then I could use my silhouette. So I just kept quite a few of my go-to punches. So those are those. And then maybe we will zoom over here. See, here's my countertop over here. Actually, I'll show you this, and then maybe I'll do a second part of the video. So over here, I have these two trays, and these are like those where you bring people breakfast in bed kind of trays. This one here is for finished products or projects, and then this one here is for like all my current kit. So I keep all of my current kit in this thing, so when I want to go to work, I use this. And then this is just some stuff I have to put in my project life for right now. And then we scroll along, and in this corner over here, I have this little caddy that I made. So it's got my little stamps, some glue, gelatos, dryer sheets. Yes, that's what I use for embossing. Stamp cleaner and water, so nothing really fancy there. And in this one here, I've got pencils, my ink blendings that I use all the time. These are pens and pencils, scissors and pokey tools, and bone folder, and these are markers. And in the back I have, these are the dimensional adhesive, and in this one I have my stapler and my corner rounder that I use all the time. And then this one is called my glue caddy. This is a lid from, my kids just got these new Samsung phones, and they came in these little boxes, and this is actually a lid for it, and works awesome for holding my glue. I call it my glue garage. So they're sitting in the glue garage, and then I always have a piece of wax paper out for, you know, making my titles and whatnot. And then my computer and my paper trimmer. And then we get over to this side over here. So maybe I'll burn through this real quick. So up here I have some craft mats and my silhouette mats, and I have a Crafter's Companion enveloper board and some adhesive. That's like 12 by 12 adhesive. And this one here, it's empty. Yay for empty. This one here is like flowers and paper bags and stuff like that. I don't use flowers very often anymore. So it's just kind of like dimensional flowers, and then I'll show you the next drawer. So these are all the I Am Roses flowers. I have some out here that are loose, but I used to do a lot of altered items, and I have a lot of flowers, so I don't know what I'm going to do with them. And this one here is all trim that I have to organize, so don't be scared with this drawer. It's going to get put on cards or something like that. But this is everything trim-wise, everything that's lace or ribbon or whatever is in this drawer. And I've got some tulle over here, and these are just the bigger rolls of ribbon. And in this one here, this is my tulle drawer. So I've got a magic melting pot, which I've never used, so I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I have my glue gun case. I have my big chomper, the one that pokes the holes. I don't know what the name of it is. And this is my crocodile. I think this is called a big bite. And then I've got my glue gun, my Distress It All, and these are some extra glue sticks. And then in this one here, this is just kind of boring stuff. It's got computer cords on the bottom. This is like envelopes and some extra binders and books. And this is computer paper, page protectors, some paper pads and stuff like that. It's just boring stuff. And then in here is just like, you know, school supplies, tape, like duct tape for nailing, masking tape. You know, it's just kind of boring. And this is like more office-y stuff, like sticky notes and whatnot. Just boring stuff. So, and then I was working on my Project Life, so I have my Project Life binder out. I have my Silhouette machine over here because it's really close to my printer. So my printer's just right up here, nothing fancy, old HP. And then I have my sewing machine here, my phone, and all my computer gizmo-y stuff over here. And then I have my, this is what I call my early years stuff. I have two. I have one here and then this other box here. And I'm working through this, so it's a work in progress. And then I have a few more minutes, so I'm going to go through this one here real quick, just because this is pretty simple. I have some canvases over here, but these are all really early years albums. These ones here are empty, and these ones here are full of page protectors, like the different styles. And then over here I have some crop bags, and these are really early years albums that I want to get out of here and I want to put into different albums. So that's a work in progress. This is my cookbook album. This is an album that's Wade's pictures, so I have to put those into a book. And this is some, what's in here? I think these are mini albums and stuff. Yeah, those are mini albums. And then these are all my albums that I'm, you know, I never consider my album finished until I've got every single picture done. So these are definitely albums work in progress, but mostly finished. Kind of current albums I'm working on. Again, early year stuff. This is stuff I want to put in those pockets. Some things I'm working on, and some other kind of just junk stuff that I'm trying to work through. Like I've got candles and stuff on here, so. And then these are some just computer labels and stuff, some boring stuff, and boxes, and my Princess Diana bag that I just can't get rid of. Went to the exhibit, which I told you guys, so I can't get rid of that bag. So, and then there's gift wrap behind there, so that's pretty boring. And then I'll just whiz through this up here real quick. So I got some extra CDs, binders, and stuff like that for the kids, manila tags, tissue paper, gift bags, the cards I've made, bows and stuff like that, bows and ribbon, and then paper punch, my empty containers that I have open, some Kleenex, lotion, camera bag, and then I've got my Bind It All back here, and I've got my Zutter cutter, and I've got my Dream Cuts, so, and then the clock, and then the printer. Okay, so I'm going to stop here, and I'll move on to part 2.